Hello everyone, welcome to another session of Illuminate by Meritto. For those who don't know, Meritto is the operating system for student recruitment and enrollments worldwide, trusted over by 1,000 plus educational organizations from edtech companies to higher education organizations. Meritto streamlines processes for sales, marketing, admissions, finance, and operation teams. Meritto empowers over a billion student engagements annually, processing over 100 million inquiries and managing 5 million applications on average. Also, we have processed over 1 billion of fee transactions. And those of you who are here for the first time, Illuminate by Meritto webinar is a series of live webinars where we bring you latest insights, best practices, and technology on everything about student recruitment and enrollment. We host expert speakers from Meritto alongside experts, thought leaders, and decision makers from the world of education, offering you unparalleled insights for the education industry. And today, in the latest version, we will be delving into various features launched by Merit Makers from July to September. I am Preetham, and I have my ever enthusiastic colleagues Hemant and Ajitesh to help me navigate through this webinar. Welcome, Hemant and Ajitesh.
Thank you, Preetham. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Hello, Preetham. Hello, Hemant.
Yeah, hello. In this quarter, we have introduced the features focusing on driving innovation, which will keep you stay ahead of the curve, enhance the product experience, and last but not the least, adding one more layer to security and compliance. We have added new products from scratch, making your lives easier and made enhancements to the existing feature to optimize your experiences. Uh, all while we ensuring that we put our customers first. We have introduced all the features, everything to make your lives easier. So let's start. To continue with, along with me, I have Hemant and Ajitesh who will taking this forward. Ajitesh, over to you.
Sure. So, we know how important it is to quickly access the right information. So, we understand that advanced filters are great for deep analysis. But for everyday nurturing, we have introduced quick filters, a game changing feature designed to simplify and enhance your lead filtering even more. Quick filters bring you the most used filters to the forefront, making it easier for you to access important lead information with just a few clicks. This streamlined approach ensures that your team can quickly access insights they need, improving efficiency and helping them focus on what truly matters. That's engaging with leads. So, a question I would like to ask you, Hemant, is what do you think with the term of quick filters, or what do you use more often, advanced filters or quick filters, Hemant?
It totally depends what I want to do. If I want to do the deep analysis of the data, then I would use advanced filter. If I want to use or filter out the data on the most frequent filters, then I would choose to use the quick filters. And as the name suggests, quick filter is a one-stop solution. It's visible on me. It's a quick filtration process. By just simply a few clicks, I could filter out the data.
Yeah, sure. So I'll be telling you what exactly are quick filters. You are very correct on your path. So quick filters basically allows you to instantly filter leads based on the predefined criteria, saving you a lot of time and helping you focus on the leads that matter the most. With just a few clicks, you can narrow down your list to high priority leads based on specific demographics or any of the custom conditions that meet your needs. Whether you are nurturing the leads across different regions or focusing on specific courses, quick filters enable you to select the exact criteria from the drop down menu, eliminating the repetitive task of setting up filters from the scratch. So, why should you be using the quick filters? So, Basically, quick filters will make you very efficient while your lead nurturing process. You can just access your go-to filters quickly, eliminating the repetitive step of selecting the drop downs. And also, it's highly customizable. So you can tailor the filters based on your needs, rearrange your fields accordingly, and save your valuable time. And it is a lot more flexible. You can combine quick filters with advanced filters for more deeper insights, and that's just a blaze to use. And to top it all, the most important, it's very user friendly and highly customizable. It's designed to be simple to use, and you can customize it to match your exact needs. Also, quick filters can be used on the application manager, where you can just select the form from the top panel and filter your applications based on the form selection. Also, I would like to ask Hemant if he can give a little more info on quick filters on the application manager.
Thank you, Ajitesh. So, quick filter on application manager, as Ajitesh mentioned, you can quickly select the form for which application you wish to view. Let's say you have two forms in a particular account. If you want to view the application corresponding to the first form, you can just simply select the first form from the listing page and can view all the application on that particular form in a single view. In addition to that, if you want to filter out which all applications have made the application fields, you just have to select the payment status as payment approved from the quick filter, and you can filter out the payment approved candidates in a no time. It's like simply by clicking by one or two click, you can filter out the basic details, basic application over the application manager.
Yeah, Hemant, and I'm sure it would be very easy for our users to use quick filters both on Lead Manager and Application Manager. So let's move on to the demo for the quick filters of how we can use quick filters seamlessly. So here we are on the Lead Manager. The quick filters appear right at the top, where you can just select any of your fields which you want to filter, search for the particular criteria, and click on the apply button to instantly filter out your results. And your results will be right at the top. If you want to add another filter, suppose as lead stage, you can do that as well, and your filtering will be done. You can click on the reset button to just reset all your quick filters. Moving on to the another demo where, moving on to the another demo where we'll be setting up how to manage your quick filters. So clicking on manage and just selecting the fields here, whatever you need based on your own requirements. And this is user specific. You can set your own fields and that would appear right at the top in the quick filters panel. You can rearrange it anytime, sort it accordingly. You can place it up or you can place it down based on your need and just click on the add button. And it will appear right in the order where you have set it. You can also click on the restore default button and all your quick filters which we have given you, user registration date, lead stage, everything would appear right again. Moving on to the next demo. Also, now we'll be showing you how to hide and show the quick filters. So you click on your button which you are very used to from before, from past years, and that hides and shows your quick filter. Here is how you can use your quick filters along with your advanced filters for more seamless and more complex and in-depth analysis of your leads. So you can just combine your quick filter with an advanced filter, and here you are, and you can easily filter out your leads for more in-depth analysis. So that's quick filter for you. And this feature would be particularly very useful for every team managing large volume of leads, where every second counts. And quick filter keeps the process streamlined and ensures that your team is always focused on the leads that matter the most. Moving on to Hemant for the student admission portal.
Thank you, Ajitesh. Quick filter seems to be very powerful feature. It actually helps to streamline the process and make the user filtering out the data more efficient. Now, moving on to the next feature, that is Student Admission Portal 3.0. Now, before we understand what all features are there in Student Admission 3.0, let us first understand what Student Admission Portal is. So, student admission portal is a unified platform which we provide to the lead or the applicant who wish to apply for a particular program in a particular account. Let's say with the student admission portal, a candidate or a lead can simply apply the application form. They can get the latest updates from the accounts. They can also know what all are the steps involved in getting admission to a particular program. With the student admission portal, they could also they could also track the payment which they have made till now. In addition to that, if the candidate have certain query, then you from the admission portal itself, they can raise a query on which a account user or the admission team can respond to, or they could have a one-on-one conversation with the admission team as well. In addition to that, if a candidate want to track all what all communication has been triggered from the account to the candidate, they can have a one-on-one view wherein all the communication listing would be coming up, wherein they could have a more holistic view what all communication are I'm getting over the from particular institute. Now, if we come upon the Student Admission Portal 3.0, so it's an enhanced version of Student Admission Portal wherein we have introduced many functionalities. Like the first functionality is we have introduced the concept of top screen banner. So using this banner, our institute can market their particular course, or maybe they could market certain things which they find to market to the particular candidate. In addition to that, we have also introduced the timer. So, before understanding the timer, I have a question for Preetham. So, we have reviews every quarter review, right? So, when do you
Yeah.
prepare for the same?
I think usually at the last moment.
Definitely. So it's a intuition, it's a cognitive bias which every most of the people have. And when the last date are coming up, people tend to prepare for certain things. In the similar manner, candidates also have that behavior. So with the introduction of timer, they could get a view like for the deadline is coming very soon, and I have this particular time to apply for a form. If I miss applying this particular form, then I won't be getting a admission in particular session. So with the student admission portal, you could easily configure the a timer as well as the content which you want to showcase to the candidate. The next feature is the below screen banner feature, wherein the account can configure as per their need. This banner can be used in various ways. Like for an example, if let's say institute account wants to market their extra services apart from the educational course also, they can just market the same. Let's say account can use market their transport. They provide the transport facility. They want to showcase that thing to the candidate, then below screen banner is very useful for them. In addition to that, if particular account want to showcase their extracurricular activities which they cater provide to the candidates, so they could showcase them. These all are the activities which we provide. If you get that admission, you would also get an opportunity to be a part of that activities. This is was all about the below screen manner. We have another feature that is the custom tabs. So with the in this with, since student admission portal is a unified platform from where you like, if let's say if any account wants to showcase any blog which is on their other place, so we could embed the link over the student admission portal clicking which a candidate would be landing over that particular blog or any account on your any website or so that they could also have the view. Like many, like for an example, let's say account wants to showcase the placement report, right? Now we have a solution, like you could embed that placement record over the SAP, which would be visible in the navigation panel. When the candidate lands on the student admission portal, they could have a view that by clicking on the placement report, they could get an idea that these are the placement report of the previous session, and this could excite the candidate to take an admissions for a particular course or program. So now let's have a look how this enhanced student admission portal looks like. So, so this is the advanced version of student admission portal. So here you could define your own primary, secondary color, navigation color, footer color, header color. It totally depends on your configuration. You could also embed the social media links like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. In addition to that, this is a timer. Here you could define your own color, the text, and the timer, which totally functional over the end date. And this is the banner which could be used to for the marketing purpose or maybe to showcase any specific information to the candidates. This is the enrollment journey, which showcase what are the processes or the steps involved to get an admission in a particular course. Let's say for this undergraduate application form, these all are the steps which I have to go through to get an admission. In addition to that, you could also showcase the multiple information like deadline date, payment start date, and additionally, and you could also showcase the document. These are the below screen banners which could be used to market your extra services, or it could be used in any which ways you wish to use. Now moving on to the next thing. So let's say if I want to raise a query, so by clicking on this I could just fill up the form, and when I click after filling up the details, when I submit the button, the query would be raised. Now, if I want to apply a new application, just clicking on an apply new application button, I could redirect to all the applications which are available. And for every application, I could get a view what are the steps involved to get an admission in a particular course or so. Moving on to the my payment section, herein a candidate would get an idea of the can track the payment which they have made in their journey. If they want to get a track of the queries, by clicking on the my queries, they would able to get the list of the queries, and by clicking on the query ID, they'll get the whole conversation out of the same. And by clicking on raise query, they can again raise a new query as well. Clicking on the My Communication, they can get a track of all the communication which has been triggered to a candidate by the institute. And this is the redirection trend. So live at the Demo University is an external blog of Demo University. When you click, you would be redirected to same. And candidate can also view their profile by clicking on the button and can view the same. And they can also change the password from the student admission portal of their account as well. So that was all about the student admission portal. So Preetam, what are your thoughts about the same?
I think this is amazing. I think it is providing a complete new experience, and that would actually improve the conversions.
Definitely. So now I request Ajitesh to take you forward from here.
Yeah, sure, Hemant. That was a very good brief on the student admission portal. So coming next, as a part of our commitment to improving the efficiency and workflow, we all know how important time-bound events can be for better lead conversions. So let's talk about our new product that does it all, Calendar Pro, an advanced event scheduler tool designed to help you organize and track important activities. Whether it's a follow-up with a lead, scheduling a campus visit, or tracking important deadlines, Calendar Pro ensures everything is right at your fingertips by allowing you to stay on top of all of your events in one unified system. So, users will be asking why Calendar Pro? Because it offers the flexibility, control, and customization that your organization needs. Flexibility, as in you can create event forms tailored to your specific needs, whether it's for enrollment follow-up or a fee reminder or a document submission. you can customize forms to suit your own activity. You have the control of how events are organized, which fields are required, and how access is granted, ensuring that only authorized users can create or modify events. And for customization, you can design event forms with your own custom fields. You can add any of the custom fields, making sure the data you capture is relevant to your business requirements. So let's dive into the key features that makes Calendar Pro a must-adopt tool for your institution. So with Calendar Pro, you can define events, which is the first thing, to fit your institution's need. Whether you are organizing a follow-up session, a campus visit, or an open day, you can create custom event forms to specify every detail. Plus, by setting access level permissions, you can control who manages which events and ensuring everything runs smoothly and your operations remain efficient. Then then we have the real-time alerts. Real-time alerts in this fast-paced environment is like a boom. So missing an event or a follow-up is never an option. Calendar Pro sends real-time email alerts to both event organizers and assigned team owner, ensuring no one misses any key events. And this promotes collaboration and keeps everyone aligned on crucial actions, whether it's a counseling session, a follow-up, or an important meeting. Again, with our no more time zone conflicts, if your institution serves international students, scheduling events across time zones can be a tricky part. But with Calendar Pro, that's no longer an issue. Just select the appropriate time zone when setting up the events or any of the follow-ups, and Calendar Pro automatically adjusts times, eliminating any manual conversions and ensuring all participants are on time, no matter where they are in this world. Also, we have a conflict-free scheduling functionality in our Calendar Pro. One of our major pain points in event scheduling was overlapping events, which we had identified. Calendar Pro eliminates this by showing only the available time slots when creating new events. You can configure this while creating a new event. Admins can also configure each event's timing, default timing, from student interviews to any of the major campus events, ensuring everything is perfectly timed. Also, finally, Calendar Pro also offers a comprehensive view of all your events in just one place. You can track everything at a glance and mark events as completed with just a single tick. Admins can also monitor team activity, view the number of events each member handles, and analyze most common event types. Now, some of you might be wondering, what would happen to the current follow-ups? So with Calendar Pro, follow-up is now an integral part of your event scheduling, giving it more versatility. Now, follow-up becomes a default event, offering a more structured way to manage your lead interactions. We are rolling out Calendar Pro in a distributed format. Some users might see Calendar Pro earlier than others. So whether it's a lead, application, or opportunity, Calendar Pro consolidates everything in just one unified space so that you can easily view, track, and manage events and follow-ups across every of the modules. So one of the real life use cases if we can take is following up with students, whether it's about nurturing leads, fee reminders, or any of the document submissions. It can be a lot to manage. Calendar Pro allows multiple teams to create and track events for different follow-ups simultaneously. This means that every interaction is captured and nothing slips through the cracks. So, moving on to the demo part. So in the side panel, we'll be seeing a Calendar Pro icon in which we can click on the events and come on the events page. We can add a new event and you can add an event name for which module it is applicable for lead, opportunity, or applications. Then we can check for conflict if you want to enable it, or we can open a completed event checkbox, invite for an email to both organizer and sender. We can add fields, add a new field as well. And then we can just publish it by enabling all of your fields which are required. And here it is, your new event is created. You can just toggle the status to active for activating a event. And now moving on to the next demo. So here is the lead manager where you can add an event. This is how a user can add an event. So events by default will be a follow-up. And then if you can select it from the particular drop down, your particular event which you just made. And you can write a subject, event duration, start date and end date, along with the time zone if you want to add any of the time zones. You can add a event owner and an organizer, and based on that you can send invites to both by enabling the toggle. And clicking on submit will add an event, and now this event can be visible in the next demo on the Calendar Pro unified page. Yep, now you click on the events page. You come at the events page, and here is the event that is visible here itself. We have all the quick filters placed in the Calendar Pro as well, so that you can seamlessly filter your events or follow-ups. Everything appears here. And you can also click on the three dots menu and mark your event as completed, cancelled, or edit an event or a follow-up. You can just mark your event as completed. This is how the entire Calendar Pro works. For more on Calendar Pro, Preetham will be sharing a webinar that would be happening in the next week. Details on that by Preetham.
Yeah. So we'll be giving all the upcoming webinars at the end of this session so that you can register and learn more about those. Over to you, Hemant.
Thank you, Preetham. Oh, Calendar Pro seems to be very powerful feature. Now,
Yeah.
moving on to the next feature, that is a DAB compliance software. So, in the previous quarter, we have received a communication for specifically for the ODL and the online program. That notification came from the UGC that it is mandatory for the online and ODL program aggregators to mandatory push the data of enrolled candidates to DAB. So for the ODL and online programs aggregator, we have built on the DB compliant software from the scratch. That is, these aggregator can conduct their A to Z enrollment journey from the Meritto portal itself. That is centralizing the lead, nurturing the leads, allow candidate to fill up the application form. While filling up the application form, we have given them the provision to real-time fetch the data from with the DAB ID from the DAB database. In addition to that, once the candidate fills up their application form, then backend user can verify the document, and in fact, account can also collect the fee payment from the candidate using the Meritto portal itself. Once the candidate is enrolled for a particular course or so, then we have a automated hooks which on certain triggers the data would be pushed to DAB on a real time basis without any manual intervention. Now, let's have a look how DB compliant software works. So this video is divided into the phases. The first thing, we would understand the backend configuration, wherein we'll see how simple it is to configure the DAB. So we have an extension page on which you could configure the DAB. Firstly, you have to define the API keys and the client ID, which you would be receiving from the DAB team itself. or you can edit the same and enter your DAB ID details. Once you enter the API keys, then you could map the details. Let's say whatever details you are getting from the DAB, you want to have a view on application manager, then you could just map, and these fields would be populated over this fields which you can see in the select field section. So once you select and map the fields, then DB configuration is done. It's just a two-step configuration. Now, let us understand. Now, it's important for DB to have a DB ID, right? So, in order to generate the DB ID, candidate first have to register themselves over the ABC portal, wherein they could just get the ABC ID by using from their Aadhaar card. Once they enter the Aadhaar details and the PIN, then the candidate would be able to generate their ABC ID. So here I have filled in the PIN and everything. Now you would be receiving the OTP. Once you click on the sign on button, ABC portal would be opened up, and on the right side of the section, you could just get the ABC ID. Now, from the ABC ID, a candidate would be able to generate their DB ID. So let's have a look how DAB ID can be generated. So with the ABC ID, you just have to search for the DAB. You would be entering into the DAB portal, wherein you have to enter the ABC ID. And once you click on the enter button, the DAB ID would be generated. Then this DB ID would be able to help you to fetch the details while filling up the application form. Now let's have a look how as a candidate can get the details from the DAB. So in the application form field, we have a field DAB ID wherein candidate can fill up their DAB ID, and once click on the submit button, then the details can be fetched and it can be viewed over the over the form itself, and these details can also be viewed over the application manager as well. So that was all about the DB. Now I would request Ajitesh to take you forward.
Yep, sure, Hemant. That was quite an insight on the DEB and quite an important update during this quarter. So, coming up next is one of the most impactful tools for scaling your outreach and boosting conversions. That is Meritto Amplify. As educational institutions face an increasingly competitive landscape, it's crucial to maximize your reach and reach the right, like target the right students. Save the valuable time and effort in the process. Meritto Amplify empowers your sales and counseling teams with an integrated voice broadcast platform, allowing you to focus on what matters the most, that is, quality leads and student engagement. So, the issue that we used to face was raw data. In the raw data, if there is high number of data sets, the nurturing part is quite difficult. So here comes the voice broadcast functionality that scales your reach, leads, and conversions. In the today's fast-paced environment, manually nurturing raw data to identify qualified leads is both costly and time-consuming. So, with Meritto Amplify offers a solution to this challenge, allowing you to scale your target outreach effectively and very efficiently. With just a few clicks, you can send pre-recorded voice messages to prospective students at scale, instantly creating qualified leads. There is Press One campaigns, which turns raw data into valuable leads. So, got millions of raw data contacts? With Meritto Amplify, you can easily turn them into qualified leads by just pressing one or any number on your dialer. Simply broadcast a pre-recorded voice message, and prospects can respond by just pressing a digit on their dialer. This instantly creates and verifies lead in the Meritto CRM, ensuring interest is captured quickly and very efficiently. Also, you just need to pay for your connected calls. You don't need to pay for any of your unanswered calls where the lot of expense was going for the institution. So also ensures that budget is wisely spent on real connections, maximizing institutions' investment while reaching on to prospective students at scale with just personalized voice messages. Also, consistency is the key in like communication, and especially when reaching out to large audiences. With Merito Amplify, you can create and manage voice broadcast templates directly in the Merito CRM, and this is just for the transactional templates. Also, missed calls can be very inevitable, but with Merito Amplify, we provide the automatic retry functionality, which provides the retry mechanism, and you can configure it on your own so that it makes sure and you make sure that you don't miss any opportunities to connect. You can set up automatic retries for any of the unanswered calls, define the number of retries and intervals between them. So, we have covered how powerful this platform helps you scale, outreach, and generate and verify the leads. So, with features like Press One campaigns, automatic retries, and Merito Amplify is designed to help educational institutions like yours maximize efficiency and drive conversions. We believe that you are as excited as we are to implement this at your organization. Over to you.
Uh, Thank you, Ajitesh. That seems to be very
Hemant, yeah.
important feature. So
Yeah.
moving on to the next feature, that is a two-factor authentication. So as you all know, security is at most important for everyone in at today at present time. So with the introduction of this feature, we have made the user login flow more secure. That is now once the user enter the email ID password while logging and click on the submit button, we have added an extra layer of security wherein users are required to authenticate themselves by either Google Authenticator or the OTP which they would be receiving over the email or the phone number. And once they enter their OTP, then clicks on the submit button, then they would be able to access the Meritto portal. Uh, in addition to that, in if it tot like it's a very simple configuration wherein you could define what you want to enable in a two-factor authentication, either the Google Authenticator, phone number authentication, or either the email authentication. So
I would not want a lot of OTPs coming, so I would be using Google Authenticator.
that is why we have given the flexibility to the user. Whatever they wish to use, they can do it. It's simple a toggle configuration. So now moving on to the next feature, that is a simplified login with Gmail and Microsoft. So like before we understand what this feature is, I have a question for you, Preetham. Like let's
Yeah.
say you have two options. First option is if you want to log into a certain portal, you can log in either by email and password, or the second option is you could log in using the Google sign in or Microsoft sign in. Which one do you opt?
So I don't want the hassle of remembering the password, so I'll obviously use Google authentication mechanism.
Yeah, definitely. And most of the people, like, it's really difficult for the user to remember multiple passwords. Like, there are, like, as of now, there are many passwords, like the bank password and everything. So, in order to log in the Merito portal, you do not require the password. If you have enabled the simplified login with Gmail and or Microsoft, it's just a click. When you click on the same, the Gmail account would open and you would directly log in into the Merito portal. And with this feature we have enabled user to to faster login into the Meritto portal, and also enhance the security. Now that your organization would only be authorized to access the Meritto portal, not other than that. So that was all about the simplified login. Now I would request Ajitesh to take you forward for the next feature.
Sure, Hemant. The login part was quite a easy breezy thing that we can do. Yeah. I no longer have to remember the passwords, and I'm
Definitely.
sure users also won't be.
Yes.
So, coming on to the next feature, we are excited to walk you through one of our key CRM features which already exists: registration attempts. This powerful functionality will help you improve the lead management process, prioritize high quality leads, and drive better conversion outcomes. Let's dive in. But before that, I would like to ask a question to Hemant, and that's, what basically do you mean by registration attempts? The word registration attempt.
So from the name, the thought which is coming into my mind is how many times a candidate or lead tries to attempt on a particular account. Let's say if I want to take an admission in BTech in X university, and first thing which I do is like I search the BTech in X university over the Google and fill up the registration form. The registration attempt would be updated as one over the Meritto portal. Now, at the second instance, I was just scrolling the Instagram. And while scrolling, I got an advertisement from the X University wherein they were showcasing that admissions are open for the BTech program. There also, I click on the advertisement and fill up the registration form. The instance or the registration attempt which would be captured would be as a 2. So this way, a user would get to know this particular leave have a intent, more intent towards the course.
Well, Hemant, that was such a great use case. Simply put, registration attempts are a record of how many times a lead has tried to register on your platform. This information is very vital for understanding your lead's engagement and intent. Tracking these attempts helps you focus on the leads that are most engaged, thus improving your overall enrollment. So, with the revamped version of registration attempt, you can take full control of how you track your lead registration attempts. With our new flexible settings, customize when and how the lead registration counts can be tracked in your CRM. Whether it's the first time registration, multiple attempts of registration, or specific origins like websites or APIs, you decide what counts. Do you want to exclude offline uploads or only focus on the new leads? It's all up to you. This helps you gauge lead interests more accurately and prioritize follow ups with those who are most engaged. Now, why is this feature so critical for your organization? Because the most important thing is lead prioritization. The higher the registration attempt of your lead would always indicate a stronger interest, and you can now focus your sales effort where they matter the most. Also, you can optimize your follow-up strategies, like with the ability to track the registration attempts. You know, when a registration attempt is higher, you know that you will be able to send personalized follow-ups and keep a follow-up or an event regarding that particular lead, improving your lead nurturing. And the best of all, you can all do it very seamlessly with the Calendar Pro. Customizable tracking is something which we are providing it in our revamped version of registration attempt. So we have made this functionality completely dynamic and configurable. For that, like mechanism, like basically what you can do is you can just customize all of your lead origins and like put it as in key, whether you want to put a registration attempt while a lead creation or while updation, or you don't want to put a registration attempt for leads coming via particular source. So yeah, let's get into the practical side of this and let's see a demo for this registration attempt. You go to the settings, you go to the CRM, you go to the lead flow, navigate to the lead flow, and there we have the registration attempt configurations. where we have all the lead inflows listed here, and on top of that we have the option to like select an option like never or lead create only, or on creation and updation. So we change, suppose we change lead from opportunity as on creation of a lead, or we change landing page as lead create only. So registration attempts will be counted from these particular origins on only the lead creation. Or if you want to count the registration attempt on both creation and updation, then you can do that as well. You can configure it directly for any of your particular like use cases. And also for APIs and bulk offline uploads, you can send a registration attempt key so that it's very seamless, so that you decide what registration attempt you want to count and improve your lead nurturing process. So ready to boost your lead management process with registration attempts? Adopt this feature today and watch your conversions improve. Moving on to Hemant.
Before we move on to the next, we have some questions in the Q&A. Hemant and Ajidesh, can you please take up the questions?
Hemant, would you want to go for the 2FA question?
Yes, just a second. Oh, I believe let us first understand the whole products and the features. Then, in the end of the session, we'll have a more questions. Then we'll answer every question. I think that works, Preetam and
Yeah,
Ajit.
that works.
Yeah,
That
that
works.
works also. Yeah, Hemant, move ahead, please.
Yeah. So the next feature is raw data attribution logic. Okay. So with the enhanced raw data attribution logic, users now would be able to track, analyze, and optimize the performance of your VABA and raw data campaigns. With the correct tracking and analyzation of data, it makes sure that the accurately attribution leads are given to the right source and the campaign, which you will gain clear insight into which effort are driving the most engagement and the revenue. Now, let us understand how it works. So, let's say a user upload a raw data using the raw data functionality. Now at the same point of a time, they have configured that the VABA should be triggered when they upload into the system, and user uploaded, the VABA communication would be triggered to all the listing which are available on the raw data listing. Then if the prospect lead replied on a WhatsApp within the 24 hours, then the attribution would be given as the raw data. So now let's have a look what with this feature, the how it would ease the users tracking and everything. Next slide, please. So, with the raw data attribution logic, user now would be able to track which all leads have came from the raw data. And in addition to that, this raw data attribution are also included in the campaign dashboard, wherein the raw data would be available under the others list, other bucket with the name as raw data. The next key highlight is you can add your campaign name and campaign type field to your VABA communication, just as similar to the email and SMS campaign. Now, moving on to the next highlight with the enhanced lead registration logic, as mentioned earlier, within the 24 hours of active session, the attribution would be given to the correctly to the raw data, or in case to the other sources like the publisher, NIA, or VABA. The next key highlight is the lead registration activity publishing. So, as I already mentioned, the attribution would be given to the raw data. Now, user would be able to see the lead origin column, correct data over the lead origin column over LM, then registration channel and the campaign. So that was all about the raw data attribution. Now, I would request Ajitesh to take you forward.
Sure, Hemant. Yep. So, we all know that about the download functionality in our lead manager. So now you can streamline your lead data management with the upgraded download features in our lead manager, which is designed to give you quick and convenient access to all your lead data and documents. Whether you are managing bulk leads or need specific information for an individual lead profile, our enhanced features makes it faster and easier to download the data you need. Let's start by understanding what makes these upgrades a game changer for your lead management. So the bulk data downloads or bulk document download, I would say, feature is significantly a time saver for those managing large number of leads. So there were a lot of cases where students used to walk into the offline centers and provide the documents like Aadhaar card or passport. And these documents later were added by the counselors on the lead manager. So the counselor had an option to individually download the file. The bulk document download feature allows user to download the files, like uploaded files, very seamlessly. Also, you can do it. The users can download these documents either lead wise or document wise to better segment their foldering structure. This will further help institutions keep a backup of student data or any of the verification purposes. So now let's talk about our upgraded bulk lead data download feature. Perfect for those who need to export large data set for analysis and reporting. We heard the feedback where large export files took a lot of time to get downloaded and also took a lot of time to get opened up in their softwares, in their Excel softwares or in any of the softwares. So what we have done here is we have distributed the same file, same large file into smaller Excel files. We have broken those files into multiple files if a lead count exceeds a particular limit. So for now, we have kept that limit as 2 lakhs. So if suppose you are downloading a file with 4.6 lakh leads, then you will have 3 files. One file will be of 2 lakhs, another file will be of 2 lakhs, and the third file would also be of 60,000 leads. Okay. And now also we will now be allowing the queue of downloads, and that would be very easy for our users because this would just allow users to download multiple files all together and move on to their daily work, because this was a thing which was coming in our feedbacks, and this will be coming up later this month. And before we close, let's recap on the key takeaways for the lead download functionality. So bulk downloads always save time. So we can manage multiple leads downloading with like either you are downloading a document or either you are downloading leads. If you are downloading it in bulk, it would save time. Also, the queue functionality, queue your downloads functionality would save you a lot of time because users would have to wait for that queue for the download to get completed, and then they could have put a new file for the download. Then we have the customizable exports functionality with where you can like tailor your download file into either lead wise, or you can download it as a document wise. So that would be a very good segmentation on your foldering structure. Also, we have the enhanced efficiency, like we have enhanced efficiency using this lead download function, enhanced lead download features, because this would be giving the users all the privilege of downloading the leads in bulk. So this is how lead download functionality enhances the lives of our users across. Over to you, Preetham, for the upcoming feature, the features which have came in this quarter in the Calexo.
Yeah, thank you, Ajitesh. As mentioned earlier, our payment cloud is robust and we have processed over billion payments. right? We have been continuously improving our product to cater to our users and catering to ever-changing dynamic industry. Here are a few of the top things that we did for our payment cloud. Let's move one by one. So this is, we have introduced a feature to manage your refunds. So we have introduced a feature where you can punch your refunds. This will help you to track and reconcile your finances. Currently, I think, is it good? Okay. So currently, what happens is, normally no one keeps a track of refunds. No one knows how many refunds are issued this year, to whom these are issued, against which transaction these are issued, right? So this creates a problem while you reconcile or while you manage your accounts. So to solve these problems, we have added this functionality where you can punch your refunds, whatever refunds you are issuing for whatever the transactions, you can punch those refunds so that you have a track of all the money that outflows. So let's see how that works. So as you know, we have, you can track your payments from track payments. We have provided the option to refund in that page only. So you have two tabs, payments and refunds. Now against each approved transaction, you have a action of issue refund where you can punch your details of refund, be it bank transfer, and you can put the reference number and put notes why you have refund, what was the reason for refund for future tracking, right? And then you can submit. Once you submit this, your approved transaction will be marked as refund and it will reflect across the system so that you have the updated reports to manage all your data, right? So you can see that in the transaction timeline. Also in the refunds tab, you will see all the refunds that you have issued till date. You can see the details of refunds, why it was done, what was the amount, everything you can track from one single source. Now moving on to the next, we have something on settlement report. We know how important settlement report is for your reconciliations. So we have been improving this settlement report based on the feedbacks and also adding more and more vendors so that you don't have to move away from the platform to get your settlement report, right? So, as mentioned, we have made our settlement report more robust, added more vendors. As earlier, we have both day-wise and transaction-wise settlements, where day-wise settlements, you can see your daily cash flows into your bank accounts. And then further drill down who paid in details view. And we also have transaction-wise settlements to manage your reconciliations of the transactions. Now, along with Razorpay, we have added cash-free gateway in the settlement report. Along with that, all the loan partners that we have, right? Uh, so for them also, you can find settlement report and all the disbursement that happened to your bank account at one place. So let's see. I think there is no major change in the how the settlement looks, but we have added more vendors as we mentioned. So you can check from the filters if you want to see settlement report of a specific vendor or partner. And as mentioned, you can track all your date-wise inflows and get details of those inflows in one place. Similarly, by transaction, you can see details of those transactions, when it happened, how it happened. You can filter via the all the partners that are listed. You can get details of each transaction, right? When that transaction happened, what was the amount, where it was settled, what was the mode. All these details are available at a single place. so that you won't have to move out from the platform to anywhere else, making your reconciliation tasks easier and simpler and less time consuming. Moving on to the next, we have enhanced our security and reliability for our users. We have strengthened and implemented policies like mandatory strong password, mandatory password expiry in 60 days, and login expiry in every 12 hours to make sure only people who are intended to access the platform are accessing the platform and making the platform more secure. Along with this, we also have secured safe to host certification that indicates our commitment to data security. Hemant, I believe this is also done in Meritto, right?
Yes, definitely. We have this security password policy over the Meritto as well, wherein user could define their define the policy basis on their requirement, and this eventually help the user to have a strong password so that any hacker or any unattended but unauthorized user won't be able to access the Meritto portal as well as the collector portal. Yes.
Yeah.
So now
And
let's take questions. Okay. So I can see there are many questions in the questionnaire. So let's
yeah,
take two questions. So the first question is that is in regards to the quick view. So in the advanced filter, we are required to in advanced filter. In the case of dependent fields, we are required to apply filters basis on the dependent fields. Are we required to do the same in the quick filter as well? So, Ajitesh, would you like to take this question?
So Hemant, I could see the question as after applying a quick filter, can we save the view? So is this the same question?
No, the earlier question, wherein in the advanced filter, we are required to apply the filter basis on the dependent field. However,
Yeah,
I'll answer the question.
got
So,
it, got it.
in the quick field, we are not required to apply the filter basis on the dependent field. Every
Hmm.
field in the quick filter are acting as an independent field. So let's say we have two fields, country and state. Both are interdependent, right? Now, if user want to filter out basis on the state, they do not require to apply a filter for country. They can simply filter out basis on the city as well.
Right.
Now, second question is if I enable 2FA in my account. However, as I was not receiving the OTP for 2FA, I click on the request code multiple times. Now my account is showing as logged for 3 hours. How can I log in into my account? So here this situation also I'll tell you the situation how this arises. So basically we have another secure provision. Let's say if a user or anyone is clicking multiple times on forget password or request password, after 10 times we used to block that password so that we could mitigate any such suspicious activity at that point of a time.
yeah, actually, this is to further add on to Hemant. This is actually to prevent bots or anyone to brute force your password or brute force the OTP to actually prevent such cases. We have implemented the limits that Hemant has mentioned.
Okay, so these are the questions I can see.
I
You
think
can.
you have one more question, right? So after applying a quick filter, can we save the view?
Yeah, yeah. So I would answer that. So basically, for quick filters, what we can do is quick filters are your daily used filters. So this is built for used daily. Okay, and it's right at the top. It's where whenever you need to filter or like see any of the segmentation of your leads or like quickly filter a lead based on the lead stage, you can just do it right from the top. So we have quick filters for that. So while saving a quick view, we would not save the quick filters, but you can do it from your advanced filters
Yeah,
as you have
I
been
think the
doing all
purpose
before.
of quick filter was to quickly do the analysis, right? And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm
So
doing some analysis, in-depth analysis, and I'm trying to save that, I would do via advanced filters, right? So
yeah,
that
yeah,
gives me
correct.
more control over the things that I want to
That's
see.
what. That's what. Yep. Thanks, Preetham, for that insight.
Yeah, any other questions do we have?
I guess we don't have any other questions. We
Uh,
have one more question from for
that,
Calexo.
mhm.
So that is like, can Calexo payment settlement report be filtered based on courses?
Yes. So if you have fees based on your courses, yes, you can filter based on your fees. If you have not done not created fees based on your courses, then I think that is not available currently. What you have to do is we have the options to download the settlement report where you have the fields that are available based on the courses. You can download that and apply a filter for that, because each fees would be different, and if each fees has multiple courses that are being catered to, it becomes very difficult to track that. So if you can configure correctly, then yes, you can actually filter via fees there and courses there. Any other questions?
So I cannot see any further questions.
I
So
think we have few more questions. Let us get those in a minute. Okay, so we have something from Shivani Arora. We can generate lead with same number single time. How can we accurately track the number of unique registrations? Hemant, I think you should take this.
Just a second. So,
So it is, I think, regarding the re-registration.
yes, registration attempts. So Shivani, the thing is, we have been generating lead, okay, and a lead has an email and a mobile number, okay. And what happens is, if suppose you configure any of the origins, suppose bulk offline upload, or suppose add quick lead, and you are registering once with that particular number or an email, you will have a registration attempt counted as one. And if you go on and again type the same number or same email, then your registration attempt using that particular origin would be two. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's
here
how
the
you do.
confusion is, I think people are thinking if you have multiple re-registrations, they would be created as two leads. No,
No,
it
no,
would
no,
be
no,
created
that
as
that won't
only one
happen.
lead,
Yep.
but the registration attempt number would increase so that you
Yep.
have a track from where all they have come.
Correct.
We have another question.
I think
Uh, yeah, is there any direct way to push audience from Meritto to Google/Meta without API? I think this, Hemant, would you be able to answer this?
uh,
I think this is regarding to marketing, I believe.
marketing, yes. So we note this down. We'll just have
Yeah.
reply this.
So I think we have noted this down, and our team will reach out to you. Thank you. And for our upcoming webinars, you can take a note of upcoming webinars. Stay tuned for this to get more insights into how you can leverage Calendar Pro, or a practical guide to managing campus visits, fairs, and follow-ups, what Ajitesh have been mentioning. And yeah, here we conclude our session. Visit meritto.com/illuminate and sign up for these webinars. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a nice day.